Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is Doctor Who's Scare Factor, The Master. Now, there's not a whole heck of a lot that I can actually say about The Master that hasn't been said before by many, many others, because he is essentially the infamous arch-rival of the Doctor. If I may be so bold, he is the Joker to the Doctor's Batman. And he transcends both the classic series and the new, and with each incarnation, he just ramps up the malevolence and the threatening nature of the character. So I basically want to kind of take this slant of shock factor with this particular video, because to me personally, the things that really stand out for me with the Master are the smaller moments. He's a big, bold, threatening character, and there are many small little moments that I think are pinpointed by the different actors who have portrayed him. When we go back to the very first incarnation of the Master, as portrayed by Roger Delgado, you know, kind of similarly to what I described with the Ronnie in the last video, he had a very cold, calculating, menacing presence. He was very enigmatic, but also had a presence, a gravitas about him, and that was largely what was threatening. I mean, he could get into your mind and manipulate you, and I just felt like he was definitely a perfect Master. He was the perfect debut for the character. Now, after we get past certain things like the burnt face, skull-faced Master, where he was supposed to be deteriorating and everything like that, which is somewhat ridiculous, but no less scary to children, no doubt, we get into territory like Anthony Ainley, and I definitely felt this guy ramped up the psychosis and the flamboyance to a degree. And one of the moments that really stood out to me with his version of the Master was the last story for the classic series, Survival. When we see that, you know, the Master has been taken under control of this, like, cat planet, whatever it was called, and he's got the cat eyes, and he's just completely gone insane by that point. Of course, arguably, he's been insane his entire incarnation, but I think it was really ramped up in that particular serial, and it stood out to me as one of the moments that gave me pause, seeing the Master just lose himself to this overwhelming power. Now, as we get on to the 1996 TV movie, you know, the Master in that was kind of iffy to degrees. I mean, he was definitely evil, but I think Eric Roberts hammed it up a little bit. And there's one scene in particular where he's in the hospital and he's looking for the corpse of the Doctor, who he believes to be dead, and he pulls off his fingernail with his teeth and then spits it at the nurse behind the counter. And to me, that was a shock factor. That was a gore value right there. And so, you know, when we get into the newer Master, as portrayed by John Sim, I think one of the things that stands out to me with his is, of course, the drums. That whole drum beat going back all along his history and making him insane was perfect. But one of the things that really stood out to me was in his second appearance in the newer series, in the two-part finale episodes of David Tennant's tenure. There's this brief moment where they show him sort of flash, and you see the skull inside his head, and he's really just unstable. And I really felt that that ramped up the tension, especially for younger viewers and for myself alike. It was unnerving to see. And those are the themes that I feel are best represented with a character like the Master, because he's very much a character that on one side of the aisle can be very deep and menacing and threatening, enigmatic, and just play with your mind. But then on the other side, he can be a total loose cannon. And, you know, all of these elements, when you put them together or when they're separated, they create such a force to be reckoned with. And each of the actors who has played the Master subsequently, every single one of them, they bring their own touch of flavor going into that realm of madness that truly rivals the Doctor. I think the most interesting aspect definitely has to be when it brings that out in the Doctor himself. And that's pretty much all I have to say on the Master for the moment. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you think of the Master. Is he truly the all-time rival, the arch-rival, arch nemesis of the Doctor, in your opinion? You can post that in the comments below or as a video response. And stay tuned next time, because I'm going to be going with the classic villain, Sutekh the Destroyer. And for now, that'll be it for me, so I'll catch you later. Peace.